So obviously excited to be advancing. I thought that was a championship caliber game. You know, that's two teams who could have easily played for the championship in this league. Among, a bunch of really good teams, that's two of them. And it was a high-level game. I thought the home court helped a little bit. I thought the energy in the building was terrific. Feels like we're a part of March Madness, and that's what you want for the student athletes, is to give them a great experience. I challenged them just to play with courage, trust their habits, 5 months of the same things every day. If you can't trust what your instincts are telling you to do, then we're probably not good enough to be the champions anyway. So we're moving on, and we're excited to be left in the tournament. In many ways, this was a microcosm of the season. That's a really good team. It's a veteran team. It's a collection of young women who have won at a really high level, represented the league in the NCAA tournament last year remarkably well against a very good opponent. I've got so much respect for them. So we knew, we weren't going to come in here and just play a perfect game against a team like that. They're too good. And I did feel like, our talk was, we don't want this game played on the freeway where everybody's flying up and down. We want to put it in a phone booth. And for most of the game, I thought it was Lehigh's tempo. But I thought when it came down to the end of the game, we were able to get it settled down and get the ball to the places we wanted. And, story of the day, we had some young kids. Isabella King, just a youngin'. A lot of days in front of her, have a huge day in a big game. Yeah, at halftime we talked about, it felt a lot like our second game with them this season, where we were pretty good in the first quarter, and then they ran away in the second quarter and had an 11-point lead, I think it was, to start the second half. It was very similar. As crazy as it sounds, we're a defensive team, they're an offensive team. I think most people would agree with that. But I thought the key for us tonight was to score baskets. If you can score baskets against them, obviously you're getting points on the scoreboard, but it keeps them out of transition. If they're running up and down in transition, they are essentially unstoppable because you can only hope they miss. They're going to find open people. And in the second quarter, we couldn't make baskets, which got them out in transition, which was really our biggest fear. The second half was a different story. Thought we were a little bit better. Scoring, so that helped our transition defense. The other thing is we were 3 of 22 against them from 3 in the first 2 games. So we were in a familiar place. And I think maybe that helped our ladies settle down because we've been there before. Well, I thought the biggest thing in the game that surprised me was how much zone they played. They have played some. That was the biggest dose of zone that they have shown us. And I thought, again, that second quarter that was mentioned before, we didn't attack it poorly. We just didn't make a lot of shots. And so to me, that was the most surprising thing. There wasn't anything they ran that we didn't expect. There wasn't anything they did on defense that we didn't expect. It was really just the amount of zone that they played. You got to try to keep her off the three-point line, so that's number one. Our terminology is run her off the line, make her a dribbler, not a catch-and-shoot player. She's got arguably the most difficult move in the league to stop, right-hand crossover, step-back 3. So we try to play for that, knowing that it's lethal. And then let's face it, against great offensive players, you have to get a little lucky. Like, they're going to get shots. Do they make them all, or do they help you and miss a couple? And maybe she missed 1 or 2 that, if she makes them, it changes the game. But you do the best you can. Try not to let her do anything in rhythm. And knowing that she's still probably going to get 15 or 20. I don't know what she ended up with. 8? Yeah, well, they know. There's no secret. Most Patriot League kids, if you want to call them that, are people that everybody in the league is aware of, right? Because you're looking at very similar type student athletes academically. And so she's not a secret to anybody. She was the player of the year in New Hampshire. They know who she is. But it's no different. A good player, she doesn't need long to get it off. And if she gets in rhythm, it's a good chance it's going in. So same challenge with guarding their team. You know what they can do. It doesn't mean you can always stop it. Well, in that situation, everybody's pretty similar defensively in that you're going to switch a lot. You're trying to deny and steal the ball, essentially. So we try to run some action that makes it difficult to switch, makes it confusing who's going where. And, she's the last option. We've got 4 players moving. The other three are options 1, 2, and 3, and then hopefully if they're guarded, it's because the defense maybe overplayed the others, and that allows her to be open. So, well, and you have to also understand, they come here as 17, 18-year-olds, but you start recruiting when they're 15 and 16-year-olds. So you know them for 2 or 3 years before they get there generally. So there's certainly a rewarding part of the job, right? So and that's part of your pitch when you recruit to a place like Bucknell is, yes, we want you because you can do these things for Bucknell, but Bucknell is going to help you do these things and mature in these ways and develop these characteristics to give you advantages to be successful in life. And here's how our program plays into the overall Bucknell scheme. And the ones who want that, who are looking for that environment, they'll come, right? And then over time, you got to deliver for them. You make promises in recruiting in terms of development, not playing time, not all that other stuff, but this is what we can help you become. You got to pay off on that, right? And so every day the job is really student focused. How can I help that young woman today? A lot of days it's basketball, but a lot of days it's not.
Yeah, I mean, from the start we knew it was going to be a tough game, not going to be easy. We knew we had to win it on the defensive end and then keep getting points on offense to keep up with them. I mean, for me, my teammates just kept getting me the ball, and the first 2 shots I missed, but shooters shoot, and I knew the next ones were going in, so I just kept shooting it and letting it fly. And yeah, I mean, sometimes they just step back and go under stuff, so I just shoot it and let it fly and do what I do. Yeah, that was definitely key. I mean, that helped my confidence. Just a little lefty drive and jump shot. I mean, that kind of got me going and made me feel good. Made me less nervous, so that definitely helped. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you miss some. They were doing great all game, and we just kept fighting, so that's what got us the win. Yeah, it definitely felt good. It was a great pass by Carly, and, I mean, it kind of shifted the momentum towards us, and we just kept going the rest of the way. Yeah, that should be a tight game. I just saw it out there on the screen, and, I mean, we're going to prepare and get ready for either one, so hopefully we just win.